prior to all these years, I've just been working my ass off and not really fully doing what I wanted to do. Like I always wanted to sail, and for some reason I was like, there'll be a moment in my life where I'm gonna sail. And this time I was like, if I'm just gonna wait and wait, it's never gonna happen.
So do it now.
Better do it now.
All right, welcome to the Alfi podcast. I apologize to all my former and future patients because our guest today is the most interesting patient I've ever had.
100% I agree.
And if you want to know why, you got to watch this episode because we have Rickey Gevers in the house. Did I say that?
Gevers.
Gevers.
Yeah. It's very hard for any non-Dutch person to pronounce. It actually means the giver.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, if you translate it. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And you're giving a lot of amazing content.
I hope so.
So you guys got to watch. First, you got to listen to this podcast, but you also got to watch Rickey on X as UID_.
Correct.
On Instagram as Roaming Rickey.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, there we go. I don't know about TikTok.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same on TikTok.
Same on TikTok, but you want to find out why he's the most interesting patient, you got to listen to this. So, Rickey, I want to get into your story. Let's get right into it. You came to see me from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Via boat.
Yeah, so I bought a boat to sail to you. And this sounds maybe a little bit weird, but it's actually what literally happened. And my reasoning behind it was, so I bought a boat a year ago, and I was sort of like planning the route that I was going to make. And then I was like, well, if I end up in that location, I might be able to visit you. And for some reason, everything just unfolded that way. And that's why I'm here. Literally.
Amazing.
Yeah. I sailed to Miami 2 days ago.
So it took a year to get from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
No,
I bought the boat actually
time.
in Italy. So from Italy to all the way through the Caribbean to Miami right now.
Yeah, this story gets really interesting, guys, because Rickey, I'm gonna give you a nickname, Rickey YOLO. Rickey, you only live once.
Yeah.
Because Rickey, I'm not gonna tell your story, but you are not a sailor.
No.
You've never sailed a boat in your life.
Yeah. So I had 3 weeks of lessons prior to buying the boat. And the funny thing is, so when I eventually bought the boat, so I made my offer, and the offer got accepted. And then I was like, oh, shit. Now I have to do it. And then I booked the last lesson I got, so 1 week of training. And then I got like a huge panic attack on my first day of lessons. And then I was like, oh, no, what am I getting myself into? But luckily, I was able to get over that panic attack, and I enjoyed the other 6 days like perfectly. And then I went to the boat and started sailing.
So that's all it takes, 3 weeks, and you can learn how to sail from the Netherlands to Miami?
Yeah, so there's two ways to learn sailing. One is taking lessons your whole life, and the other one is just buying a boat and start doing
and
it.
just go out there.
Yeah, the honest thing is, so I had some people on my boat, and I learned a lot with other people on the boat. But the honest answer is, the best way to learn it is just by doing it, just putting in the hours.
Yeah.
And I learned the most when I sailed on my own.
I have so many
alone.
questions.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you think you were going to survive this journey?
I would be totally fine if I didn't.
Yeah.
But my focus is definitely to survive.
Of course. Yeah. But that had to cross your mind several times.
More than several times. Yeah. It happened a lot, actually, to be honest. And so I'm like a control freak. I like to be in control. Mm-hmm. And what I'm learning on the sailboat is, like, Mother Nature is in control, and there's no way to tame Mother Nature. She is the one that determines everything, and you just have to deal with all the situations.
Yeah.
So these are very important lessons, actually, for me, to every single time deal with any situation you get in.
Yes.
And I've always had confidence issues with myself, and I'm getting very confident because of this boat as well, because any emergency situation that I get in, for some reason, I get out of it.
Amazing.
Yeah, and the sole reason is, of course, you have to. like,
Yes.
like if you're in the middle of the ocean, like you cannot just call your mom and ask to pick you up
You
or
got to figure
something.
it out. But
Yeah,
seems that
you
you're
just need to do
protected.
it. What?
Seems that you're protected. Do you feel that?
You mean protectively raised? No, no,
You're
no.
just protected. Protected
Oh, I
by
am a
God.
protective person. Absolutely. Yeah.
No, that you're protected.
I don't
Like
get
to
it.
be out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
By how many days are you by yourself, for example?
The most that I've been
Or
is
what percentage of the time are you by yourself?
I think 50%. 50% of the time. And the biggest crossings that I've done alone as well. And the cool thing about it is, so I had some super easy crossings where it's almost boring, like the wind is just blowing perfectly fine and the waves are exactly or almost flat. And sometimes you go, especially the night passages, they are a thing. But I've had my night passages where I was super excited, everything looked fine, and then the dark sets in, and then the clouds started coming, and then the thunder starts to come, and then the waves come in, and you're just getting pounded. And the thing is, like, you cannot give up. You have to go. You have to go. And then things start to break on the boat, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And for some reason, you make it all the time.
There's always sunshine at the end of a storm.
Yeah, that's kind of the lesson, I think. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for real.
All right, so I want to go back to the beginning of this. How did you decide that? Am I right to say that you said, I'm selling everything, I'm getting this boat, we're taking work on the water, and I'm going for it? Why? How do you get? And what is Rickey? Were you always Rickey YOLO, or was there a shift in this?
No, I was always the same. I think so. But a very special thing happened, and that is also the reason why I found you. And that is 5 years ago, I had an accident. So I fell on a scooter in Indonesia, that was, and I broke my face on this side. So I have a scar, big scar here, and a big scar here. This one is almost invisible. This one is very little visible. And I almost died, as in it was a very serious accident. And all the surgeries after it went sort of wrong. I started having complications and issues, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And so prior to all these years, I've just been working my ass off and not really fully doing what I wanted to do. Like I always wanted to sail, and for some reason I was like, there'll be a moment in my life where I'm going to sail or whatever. And this time I was like, if I'm just going to wait and wait, it's never going to happen. So
do it now.
Better do it now. And
so do you feel like it was the injury and the consequences of the injury that said,
absolutely,
life is short?
Yeah, better do it now.
Better do it now.
Yeah, before it's too late. Yeah,
that's amazing. It's like a wake up.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and they say a lot of people need that wake up call in order to also perform good in business.
Yeah.
So I run my own company, so it was quite a big thing to say to my colleagues, guys, I'm gonna leave you, and I'm gonna leave you alone, and you take care of yourself.
Right.
Obviously, that's not what I said. Let it be clear.
Yeah.
I arranged everything properly,
yeah.
But I was super afraid to let them go, and the company is just doing better than ever. That's just what it is.
Wow.
And that's also another huge lesson.
There's a naval saying that I really love that says, "A man has two lives, and the second one starts when he realizes he has one."
Yeah, correct. 100%.
Right. That sounds like it applies to you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
All right. So you do 3 weeks. You say you set yourself up. You set your business guys up. You say I'm taking it to the. I'm not taking it to the road. I'm taking it to the ocean.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on this boat. We're gonna end up in Miami.
Yeah.
For jaw surgery, and we'll get on to that in a second because I'm very interested in the journey itself. And you guys got to go on Instagram and see. I mean, Rickey's in the ocean.
Yeah. Literally.
Literally.
And working at the same time.
And how big is this sailboat?
It's 39 feet.
Okay, it's Rickey and a 39-foot.
Yeah, it's an aluminum monohull, which is a very special boat as well, because most boats are not from metal. And it has a lifting keel, and a lifting keel means that you can go into shallow waters as well. So you can
that's nice.
You can do more tricks than most boats.
Yeah.
And sometimes I take it a little bit too far. So often you have sailors that run aground one time, and I run aground like 5 times already.
Wow. That's cool, and that's why I see these beautiful images of you
Correct.
with clear water.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I go a little bit the extra mile where other
Mhm.
boats like bail out. I tend to still go in.
Yeah.
And that's because my boat can handle it. So you take a little bit of extra risk, and it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100% worth it.
Are you trying to stop at random islands on the way?
Yeah. So I have my favorite is uninhabited islands. I've
Mhm.
learned that nature is just way more beautiful there,
Yeah.
and it sets like the perfect setting for some reason. And so as soon as I see an uninhabited island somewhere, I just go there.
And how do you just randomly stumble on these, or
Yeah,
is there a way
correct.
to
Google
know that they're
Maps.
coming up?
And one of the a cool one is, so I went to see you here in Miami,
Yep.
and I took the plane over the Bahamas, and then I saw an island from the plane. I'm not joking. There's actually a video on my Instagram with this. I took a picture of that island, and I just said to myself, I'm gonna go there. And I posted the video on my Instagram. I like what is it called? Manifesting.
Yeah.
So that's the way how I manifested
Yeah,
that I
you
was
say it, I'm
gonna
gonna
go
do
there.
this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there. And I believe it's 6 months later I got there. And that was the most beautiful stop I've ever been.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the one where I saw where you found a plane?
No, that's a different one. That's a
Yeah.
different one. Yeah. That was an awesome story as well.
Yeah, I wanna. So, what are you finding on these islands? Are you afraid you're gonna run into like a wild boar or
No.
some animals, or have you done that, or
Yeah, sharks are a thing.
you've seen
So
them?
yeah, everywhere. I sort of got accustomed to it, I think, right now. But
Yeah.
sharks is always a little bit. Yeah, you gotta watch out. Let's put it like that. So you don't, especially in the Bahamas, you don't just randomly jump in. First, you check a little bit, and then you jump in. But for other things, I'm not really scared, to be honest. And that's also since the accident. Because
Yeah.
if you've seen death in the eye,
Yeah.
you're less afraid. For
You're
some
less
reason.
afraid.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Do you, so many questions.
Go
Is
ahead.
everything solar paneled on this?
Yeah.
Like where you, because
Yeah.
you're working from the boat, you're posting all these things.
Yeah, correct. So I have Starlink. Starlink is like an amazing thing.
Yeah.
And I have solar panels, and I power everything through my solar panels.
Yeah.
And like these days, it's super easy to buy. If you buy the latest versions of these solar panels, like you have insane amounts of power. Like if you compare it to 20 years ago, it's like 200 times more. Like you can power up anything. Like you
Right.
have people with washing machines, and anything you can imagine is on the boat.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How about food?
Yeah, so food is the hardest thing. What I usually do is canned food, so like tuna in a can, or I catch a tuna and eat it, or a parrotfish, or any other fish, or lobster. The hardest thing is vegetables and fruit, though. Those are like you don't find apples in the middle of the ocean, so those I buy on the markets in order to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And I have a water maker, so I can make water from the ocean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you just need a lot of power. This one takes a lot of power, so probably
from
like
the
5
solar
years
power?
ago. Sorry, what?
This is from the solar power,
Yeah, solar power.
and you can take the salt water from the ocean and
Correct.
convert it to drinking water.
Yeah, correct.
Really?
Exactly that. Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
You need clear water, so you cannot do it in like a harbor. Harbors are often like very polluted water.
Yeah.
But if you're in the middle of the ocean, the water is super clear, and then you can just get drinking water from it.
So you have unlimited hydration.
Yeah, it's just vegetables and fruits that are the hard part.
Are you still getting the salt content in the water, or is it filtering all that?
It leaves a little bit, but very little. Like
Really?
probably your tap water is more polluted
Really?
than this one. Yeah.
Is that new technology?
Yeah, it's relatively new. Like it exists for a long time, but it takes a lot of power, so it was always inaccessible on these boats. And these days, because of the strong solar power, it is possible. But if you like
Amazing.
run it, you use like 1,000 watts, so that's a lot of
Yeah.
power. So you have to, if you run it, you can run it for an hour, maybe 2 hours, and you have to do it on a day with a lot of sun, of course.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What's the longest stretch you've done with no human contact?
Ooh, I think 2 weeks. I think so.
Really? Is that hard?
I didn't count it actually, to be honest. No, it's the easiest you can imagine actually.
Really?
Yeah. For some reason, you don't even think about it anymore.
Yeah.
I think my trip here to Miami, that must have been no. That's my longest without being on land. So just
Mm.
staying on the boat all the time and going from bay to bay.
Hmm.
Uh, I think that was my longest, but it's not an issue actually.
Wow.
Yeah. I one time I got a little bit in trouble. So I had a storm for 3 days, 3 or 4 days,
Hmm.
and I closed the. So your engine has a cooling system, a cooling
Yeah.
valve, and officially you should always close those valves.
Yeah.
And I usually don't do that, but this time because I had a 4 day storm and I knew I was going to stay there for 4 days, I closed it. Then I started my engine and left and forgot to open the valve. So I
Mm.
fried the impeller. That's what it's called. And that was in the middle of nothing. So I was like, oh, there's no way I'm gonna get a spare part right now. So, but luckily I had a spare impeller with me, and it fitted and it worked properly, and so that was being lucky.
You just had a spare part that you needed in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, yeah. So on the boat you have a lot of those
A
things. You
lot
have,
of those.
yeah.
Got you.
If you have the opportunity to buy a spare part, you usually buy
You
a
do
spare
it.
part.
This
But I
is
was
unbelievable.
Yeah, but it never breaks.
Yeah.
So I didn't know for sure if I had the
Yeah.
spare part, and luckily I had it. And then I was like, I'm not sure if it's the right brand or
Yeah.
the same size and that kind of stuff. Yeah, but it was. So
Wow.
They
I
were-
feel like we can do a series on Ricky's adventures on the boat. But just we're gonna do a follow up on this after jaw surgery. But a couple
Absolutely.
things before I get into jaw surgery. I love this journey you're taking.
yeah,
It's
yeah. I
gotta,
think it's not heavy enough for me, so that's why I'm getting a jaw surgery.
yeah, exactly. Which you can't be afraid of at this point, right?
No,
You
well,
faced
actually, I
the
am.
ocean by yourself.
No, I think I'm pretty. Like I'm hardly afraid for that many things, but this is one of the things I'm very afraid of.
Really?
And it's very important to say this. I
Yes.
think at least that's why I picked you, because I feel the most confident
I
with
appreciate
you.
that.
And I think it comes because everything went wrong on this side in
Yeah.
my case. So I basically learned how not to do it,
Yeah.
and that's how I ended up here as well.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a good moment for you to like. So they cut me here.
On the outside.
Yeah, on the outside and on the outside here.
Yep.
And so I lost my movement on this side. So I couldn't close my eyes anymore, and I lost all my feelings on this side.
Yeah.
And I think it's maybe you can explain exactly what went wrong there and why you should not do that.
Yeah. So the facial nerve actually runs under the skin in that area. So any incision or laceration that happens from the outside can sever the facial nerve, which is a motor nerve
Yeah.
to your face. Which is why we try to do all surgery from inside the mouth. And then if you're doing it from outside, you have to stay in very protected areas and dissect and test and make sure you're not
Yeah.
encountering any of those important nerves.
Yeah.
And
So-
still, even when you're careful with those, I mean, it sounds like the incision, was that an incision or?
Yeah, full incision.
Yeah, we don't make incisions like that.
Yeah, the whole way. So all the way from here
Yeah,
to,
no, that's
to
a-
here, and
that's
all the way
almost-
from my nose here down to here.
Almost doing an incision like that's almost a sure bet
Yeah.
to get those nerves.
Yeah, so I got operated in Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
So the communication with that doctor was very hard, at least.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened, and I think he touched my motor nerve
Yes.
and my sensory nerve here
Yeah.
on this side.
Yep.
So prior to the operation, I didn't have any issues. After the operation, I woke up and I couldn't blink anymore.
Yeah. How long did it take to recover?
Yeah, very long actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think half a year or something.
Yeah.
And especially the blinking of my eye, it was completely not blinking anymore, so that was static. And I had some
Mhm.
issues, I believe, here as well, and like for the movement here, but that movement was a little bit there, and it took a very long time to slowly get my eye blinking
Yeah.
again.
To protect the eye, did you have to wear an eye patch?
Yeah, no, I didn't wear an eye patch, but I used drops, certain drops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it is that I only found out 2 weeks after surgery.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so nobody told me, nobody saw it. I
They
didn't
weren't
see
even
it
testing
myself.
it. These things.
Sorry, what?
Nobody was testing it.
No. Even in so I went back to the Netherlands. I was in the Netherlands at that time already.
Mhm.
Then I went to I started having issues, especially with my sight.
Yeah.
So it's a funny anecdote, as in that I was driving my bike in the Netherlands and I hit a pole, and I was like, how can I not see that pole here?
Right.
Then it happened again, so I hit my second. Then I was like, something's wrong. Like I'm like walking against walls and I'm not seeing those walls. So then I did some tests, and then they saw that my eye was dried out and other issues. And then that surgeon all of a sudden said, "But you do know that you are not blinking, right?" And then I'm not blinking. What are you talking about? And that was the first moment I found out that I was not blinking.
Yeah, that you had paralysis.
Yeah, facial paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
And so they put 3 titanium plates in my face, and I kept having issues with those plates as well. And so I got to the point where I just wanted to get them out, and I had the most issues with the one here. And in the Netherlands, they wanted to take this one out, but they didn't want to take the 2 plates here out because of the facial nerve that runs there. And the risk of permanent facial paralysis, they said, we're not going to do that. Like, the risk is too big. So they removed this one. My issues went away here, but I kept having issues here. And that was especially mentally draining, because you know what the solution is, and they just don't want to fix it.
Welcome to the Alfi podcast. This is your host, Dr. David Alfi, where every week we deep dive into how you can be the best version of yourself, tap into the ultimate human performance, and the #1 biohack, breathing and sleep with jaw alignment. If you or someone you know is struggling with TMJ, jaw pain, headaches, neck pain, tension, brain fog, if you're tired, fatigued, use a CPAP. If you snore, you want to get off a CPAP, call us 713-489-6984. You can also email info@alfioralsurgery.com. And don't forget to share, comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you here at the Alfi podcast.
And here comes my like part of the interesting story, I guess. So at one point I just decided, like, it's enough. It's bothering me so much. We need to do something about it. Surgeons in the Netherlands just said, no, I'm not going to do it. Here you have antidepressants and good luck with it, and take care. And then I was like, I need to find a surgeon that is willing to do this operation. They gave it a 33% chance, actually, that I would have permanent facial paralysis. That's a lot. That's very high. So I understand if you really think that it's 33%, like, as a doctor, that's pretty risky. So I approached like 150 plus surgeons, I think. And that's where I learned that operating this area is extremely complicated, and that every surgeon has their own specialty, and none of them covers the whole subject there. So all of them said, yeah, it's not really my thing. Good luck. And eventually I found a YouTube channel of a surgeon in Virginia. And on his channel, he talked about all these subjects. He was a teacher there at the university. And you had other surgeons replying under his videos that he was that good and all that kind of stuff. Then I was just thinking, like, okay, this is my guy. He knows exactly what is going on here. So eventually I managed to get his contact details, and I started having a conversation with him. And he was willing to do it, and he gave it a 1% chance.
Oh, he knew he could do it.
Exactly. Yeah, so then I went to the US, fixed it, everything solved.
Success.
Yeah, 100% success.
Awesome.
Yeah, and the interesting part is that the plates that they found here were plates that do not exist. So the surgeon must have done something himself in order to get that configuration that doesn't really exist. So it's an interesting thing, and that brought me to the situation where I know a lot about how you should do an operation in this region and how you should not do it. And the funny part here is that I got a lot of CBT scans, of course. And there I could, like, very easily spot the other issues that I had in my face.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, and the funny thing, so I have a misalignment of my jaw. And the first time I saw it, I thought I had moved my head when they took the picture. It was that big that I honestly thought I must have moved my I must have moved my face. Like, a person cannot be that misaligned. And So, but the reason I'm here is like I managed to fix all these things, and this is like the last step in
Yeah.
order to get everything fixed, and then sort of like my journey
Mm-hmm.
into fixing all these things is then done, completed.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna wait with this, it's gonna kick me in the ass in 10 years or something. So I'd rather fix it now than
Definitely.
yeah.
Let's talk about symptoms. Any symptoms that you have right now?
Yeah. So this is the funny part. So I didn't come here for my symptoms,
Mm.
but I have all the symptoms.
Yes. That's what I
Yeah.
always say. You
Yeah.
know, the patient will come with different chief complaints.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a doctor's job to uncover what the real issues are, right? And it's not always that, you know, I make this example for people that say, you know, do you take a patient if it's just for cosmetic? And I say it's the same patient.
Yeah.
Because if there's a cosmetic concern, there's a functional issue behind it usually.
Correct.
So what symptoms have been uncovered?
Yeah. So there's a few funny things. So I have had braces my whole life. Like they've been trying to fix it. I was the first in class to get braces, and they removed 6 molars. Like 4 of them were like the first round of teeth, and then 2 premolars. And so I had some ADHD tests because people said there's clearly something wrong with you, and we need to do some tests. And I ticked all the boxes, and at the end said you don't have ADHD. And the reason is because you never showed some symptoms at a young age. That is strange, right? Then they simply said, like, it must be something else. You're going to have to investigate further. Interesting subject. And the other thing is, when I graduated, they had this famous speech about me and my sleeping problems. So I don't know anything else than that I have sleeping problems. And it's so normal for me that I actually don't even see it as a problem anymore. And I cannot remember a good night of sleep myself. I think I've always thought actually that is my norm.
Yeah.
And that I'm not accustomed to
You're just a bad sleeper.
Yeah. I was born as a bad sleeper. I don't know anything else.
I hear that a lot. People just accept it. Like, I'm just not a good sleeper.
Yeah. And the thing is, as a child, I also never had that. So that is also an interesting... So because of the ADHD, I started talking with my mom, did you never see that when I was young? And she, like, I cannot watch a movie and see how I sleep, of course, when I was a child. But she cannot remember that I had problems sleeping, and I cannot remember it myself either. I just remember that I slept properly, I think. But it's very hard to judge, of course.
Yeah.
So those are interesting things. So I did the sleep apnea study, and that said I have mild apnea. But another funny thing is that I cannot sleep on my back. It's like I've tried that because that is the best position, and I do a lot about my health in order to get that properly. So sleeping on your back is the best position. So, and I'm pretty disciplined. So if I want to get something done, I go for it.
This man sailed from the Netherlands.
That's correct. So you can imagine that if I tried to sleep on my back, I really tried it.
Right.
And I just don't fall asleep.
And you can't. Yeah.
No, I just do not fall asleep. That's it. And I have no clue why that is. But I keep getting more ideas why it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Let's put it like that.
Yeah. Definitely.
So I always sleep on my belly. That's otherwise I will not fall asleep.
Yeah.
And then it also takes at least 1 hour to fall asleep.
Yeah. So some insomnia.
Yeah, the minimum to fall asleep. And as soon as so I always say that my rhythm is sort of off. So it takes very long time for me to fall asleep. And then I eventually fall asleep. And then I can sleep for very long. As soon as I get into sleep, I can sleep very long. And then I wake up at like 2 p.m. or something. And then my whole rhythm is broken.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so working normal hours is like impossible.
Yeah. Did you expect to get a positive diagnosis of obstructive sleep apnea?
No.
You didn't expect it?
No, not at all. No.
Yeah.
Didn't even cross my mind, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I remember the first conversation we had. I don't know exactly what you said, but you said, you must have this, you must have this, and you must have that. And there were 3 things, and all of them were like, but they were so unexpected that you need to process it first. Like, what is he talking about? Like, oh my God. those kind of, it's an eye opener.
Yeah,
I guess
definitely.
that's the right way to say it. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then I started watching podcasts and videos. And
Learning
I was
more.
like, oh no, that's me.
Yes. Yes, and now people are watching this podcast right now, being inspired to go get on a boat.
Yeah, everyone buying a sailboat.
I want to know a couple questions because we'll wrap this up, and then you guys are gonna have to stay for part 2 after surgery.
Yeah.
But a couple questions I want to wrap up with. 2 or 3 top memorable moments sailing, whether it's
Okay.
exciting or scary or whatever it is. 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then after jaw surgery, what happens to Ricky YOLO? Like,
Yeah.
where does are you back on the boat? I want to know what the next 5 years looks like for you.
Yeah. Okay. So my most beautiful sailing was the Caicos Banks, Turks and Caicos, and it's just insanely beautiful. Like the water's crystal clear. You've never seen anything like that there. And I sailed there for 2 days, I think, straight on the Turks and Caicos Banks, which is 2 to 4 meters deep. So that's like 6 feet to 12 feet, so very shallow.
Yeah.
And that makes it extra beautiful. And I was there on my own, and it was so safe that you start taking sort of risks and that kind of thing. So I started standing on top of my boat without a life vest and all that kind of stuff. And that means that if you fall off, like the boat's just gonna go.
Oh man.
And you're there. But it was so beautiful and it felt so safe that I could do it. And the second one, I would say there was a night passage in Dominican Republic, and the day sail was amazing as well. So I went with like all my passion into the night shift, and with a blink of an eye, the thunder started to come and everything changed, and it was pitch dark. So that's beautiful to go through and super scary when it starts, unexpectedly scary. And what was the second question?
I was saying the second one was what happens to Ricky after jaw surgery.
Yeah. So I've reserved like 2 months for myself to recover. I'm not gonna sail in those 2 months. Like I think the chance of me falling or hitting something.
That's
really,
true. I mean, if the boat is rocking, you don't want to hit your face.
No, exactly. So I think I'm gonna take these 2 months off. And at first I thought I'm gonna go home to my parents, like and be in a safe position. But I decided to stay on the boat because that is my safe position, and I think my recovery will be the best when I'm in an environment that I like the most.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. This will be in Miami or?
No, I'm gonna be in Rio Dolce in Guatemala.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
So I got some miles to go. So.
Yeah. Out in the water, you ever encounter mermaids? Weird animals.
Yeah, so I wish I encountered mermaids. I've been searching every day, but I didn't find a single mermaid. No, I do meet incredible people.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, where do you meet people and have you formed relationships?
Yeah, so I didn't meet like the love of my life, unfortunately. That would be great. Like that would be the top-notch thing, of course.
Yeah.
But in the harbors and in the bays, you meet a lot of people, sailors, and for some reason, every sailor has a crazy story. That's just literally what I found out. Yeah, there's always, you need that kick in the butt in order to get there, I guess. And I will never forget one time I went through the storm and I got completely exhausted in a bay. I anchored, and then I see a guy in his dinghy, which is like a small boat.
Yeah.
And I see him rowing. And then I was like, that guy is like 10 times ahead of me if you're rowing in a storm like that. And I have my safe boat and come completely exhausted into that bay. Yeah. But that's how you like meet your...
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself on the boat for the rest of your life, or...
No.
Do you ever see yourself with a suit going back into a
absolutely
traditional workplace?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. So I'm a workaholic. So I work a lot. I like hard work. I like business a lot. There's a lot of things going on in Europe, though. It's actually a topic I wanted to discuss with you.
Yeah.
But it will take maybe a little bit too long.
Yeah.
So what people say in Europe is that in Europe you have universal healthcare and you'll get good help, and here I am as a
Right.
European getting my surgeries here. So I
Yeah.
feel like completely left alone. In like they're not taking out the root
Yes.
cause; they're just
Right.
giving me. They literally wanted to give me antidepressants, and
Yeah, it's a broken system
yeah, that's what I think.
for
yeah.
sure. This will be
I
a
would
really,
love to have your opinion on that.
yeah, this will be a really interesting topic for part 2.
Okay, yeah. Let's keep it
Because
for
I
that.
can get deep into that
Yeah, I think it's a
For
very
sure.
important
for sure.
things. It's a very important topic that we need to sort of.
It is. It's important, and the
Shed the light
timing
on.
is right to have these discussions because,
Yeah.
whatever is covered will be uncovered, and now it's social media and
Correct.
access of information and dissemination.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
never
a-
expected myself to be here
Correct.
in the first place. Let that be
I'm
clear.
sure.
So that is like a thing that opened up to me. Like I felt completely left alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is gonna be good.
Okay.
Favorite basketball player of all time.
Yeah. So I don't know that much about basketball. I know that you
What's
do
the sport? What's the sport in the Netherlands?
Football.
Football.
Yeah. So if I would say it's Sergio Ramos.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a defender. So I like people that are a little bit in the shadow and not
Yeah.
necessarily a Messi or Ronaldo, but
Right.
they're extremely important.
The anchors.
Yeah, the hard workers that are not
Yeah.
fully in the spotlight.
I love it.
I guess, yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Gigi, anything to close out with? I have one thing to close out with. I mean, your life is
I have a question though.
Yes.
Let's yeah. But you go first.
such an extraordinary life. I envy your courage and what you're doing. I love the YOLO mentality, especially in the way that you're doing it. It's very responsible.
Exactly.
You're not self-destructive.
No.
Obviously, you've proven that.
If people are on my boat, they always say that I'm a very safe sailor.
I believe it.
Yeah.
And, you proved it to be 50% of the time by yourself in open water with 39 foot.
Yeah.
It's not a joke. It's an amazing feat that very few people could accomplish.
Yeah.
What do you think about, you look around and everybody lives in this rat race where they wake up, do a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
What do you think when you see people going through this?
Yeah, so
And
you
it
can
seems like
only
you
get
did that
good at your
yourself.
job if you truly love it. And so I love my job, truly. And yeah, there's a lot of people that, they just keep their 9-to-5 because they think society wants them to, or
Mhm.
society demands them to.
Yeah.
And that's very hard for me to see sometimes.
Mhm.
As in, like, a lot of people don't like their jobs as well.
Right.
Like, you're just wasting your time. Like, we only
Yeah,
have one
it's
life.
precious time.
Yeah, exactly. We have one life, and we should make the best out of it and get the maximum out of it, because
Yeah.
there's only one chance with limited amounts of time. And we need each other to get the best out of it as well.
Yeah,
So if
definitely.
you're running an office with 10 people that are actually not willing to work or don't want to work there, like, what are you doing? Like, there's so many
Absolutely.
options, there's so many other things. Go do something else.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Like, in theory, it's not that hard, but in practice, it turns out that it's very hard to do.
Right.
That is the big thing.
Yeah. Carpe diem.
Yeah, absolutely. So my question to you
Yeah.
is, I hope that you are onto something. I guess you're onto something, and like all the signs are that you aren't onto something.
Yep.
But the hard part will be to scale it.
Yeah.
And so I've been thinking about that part. Like, how are you going? Like, you cannot clone yourself. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
No,
you
it's-
must have been thinking about
I
that.
think about this a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
like
for
to know.
sure it's clear as day that there's a job problem.
Yeah.
And it's global.
Yeah.
And it affects breathing, and it's foundation for almost all of health and wellness.
Yeah.
I
100%.
think that's been established, or it's established. It's still not mainstream. But
Yeah.
what I do see, especially even in the last year, is that a lot of the effort that we've been doing to educate is working. Because now I go on TikTok and YouTube
Yeah.
and Instagram, and so many people are saying the same things I've been saying.
Yeah, you take responsibility, and that's what I like.
Yeah,
Like, you put your face onto it, and that is
totally.
Yeah, most people do the safe option, so they say something and they don't attach their face.
Correct.
Like, if in 5 years it turns out to be that this is not the way, like, it's over for you. Let's put it like that. So
yeah,
that
it's
means
true.
you know that
Yeah,
you're
put it
taking
out
on the
there.
responsibility, and that's very rare to find a person that
Yeah.
is willing to put his face
That's
onto
true.
it.
Most people, especially early, 5 years ago when nobody's
Correct. That's
looking
when you started
at this
right?
stuff, and we started doing this. Now you're right.
You're the front runner.
I appreciate that. So I think the information is key, because for me, it's I didn't learn it anywhere. I discovered it from paying attention to people and what I was doing.
Yeah, you put in the hours.
I put in the hours, and I think in terms of scaling, that's probably the biggest step, is making people aware. Because I don't think I'm, technically I'm good. I practice a lot. I was always been good with my hands, and I study hard. But I think the work that I did to understand this stuff is the hard part. And I think that sharing this and seeing it being shared is a huge hurdle. The rest of the things, I've been teaching a fellowship, one surgeon every year, and they learn how to do it really well. So I know it's a scalable thing. It's just a matter of the educational part. I do think 5 years from now, there will be, they won't do it as well as me.
Of course not. That's the hours. Like you are in front of everyone right now.
Yeah.
So you got to keep it up, though.
That's 100%. But I think 5 years from now, there'll be a lot of people doing it very well, and it'll be accessible, I think, globally.
Yeah, starting to get mainstream.
Yes, yeah. And that's always been my goal. With the podcast, our goal is we need to make this mainstream.
Yeah. I think you're on the right way with that part. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I wonder if the combination, by the way, between you have dentist, orthodontics, and the surgery.
Yeah.
And I think those three are somewhat going to cooperate a lot.
Yes.
That's the first thing. And especially Invisalign has made orthodontics way more accessible.
Yeah.
And that will change rapidly as well, I think.
Yeah. And you're such a good example of that you can actually be treated, while you're in the sea.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Traditional braces would have been a difficult thing to do that. So this is good. I can't wait for part 2 of this, because we'll get into the universal healthcare.
Then we
we'll
know
get into
the time
deep
that you operated me.
geopolitics, because I know that's, and we'll talk about surgery and outcomes and all that.
Yeah. They are all very different topics, but we need to discuss them, I think.
Definitely.
And I think I'm a good example, because I've been through all the hurdles as a European.
Right.
That should have gotten the right treatment, that got all the wrong things you can imagine, basically.
Yeah. This will be a really interesting perspective.
Correct. Yeah. And I put the hours in, as in that I got the wrong surgery.
Yeah, you did put the hours in, did your research, and literally sailed across the ocean.
Yeah, correct. And I'm not done yet.
And you're not done.
Yeah.
This is
I wonder how I feel after the surgery.
I'm curious too. I think it's going to end really well.
Absolutely, for sure.
Awesome. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, share. Save this one, because you're going to want to hear part 2.